how do you respond to the question, tell me about a time you failed? Okay, so I'm going to tell you how I would respond to this question and some things that I would do, and to how do I structure that, and then I'm going to go ahead and give you my response. Okay, so here's what I think. The first thing is be honest, because you might, in general, it's good to be honest when you're doing interview questions. So this should come off as heartfelt and real, because you might get asked questions about it, and it's just easier to be honest and instead of making up a story. Then you describe the issue, describe what you did to fix it, and then you describe what you learned from the experience and how it impacts how you go about life today. So, story about me. This is a story that involves a few people that I will name. Shout out Stephanie and Riley, who are my classmates that I went through this experience with. So this happened to me when I was in college. I had a group paper, and I was very confident in my abilities to contribute to the paper. So when we were dividing up the paper, there were different sections, and I took the section that I thought was the most difficult section, and it was the most and probably one of the most important sections of the paper. It was like I don't even remember which part it was, but it was the center of the paper, and I said I'll take that part, and then I waited until the last minute to write my part, the day before the assignment was due. And then my girlfriend and I of 2+ years broke up. So I waited to the last minute, and then when I was supposed to be working on writing the paper, I was getting broken up with. And then I was an emotional wreck. And I remember, basically I had to pull Stephanie and Riley into a study room and say, "Hey, I'm a mess. I need help." And that shouldn't have been what I was doing at the very end at all. I can't believe that I waited till the end to put my teammates in that situation, and the result is that we ended up getting a 59 on that assignment. And what I learned from that experience is that I will never postpone part of an assignment or anything like that to the last minute ever again. I'm much more diligent, and I also am much more realistic about trusting my teammates and equally dividing up work between teammates, because it's one of those things where you're on a team for a reason, and just because you think that you're great doesn't mean that you need to sign up for taking on more than you can chew. So I learned a lot about how to rely on my teammates and how to plan ahead in advance, and that's a time that I failed, and that's a really good example for me. So all right, guys, well, I'm going to take a quick breather and we're going to get into our questions. So 1 second, we'll be right back.
I'm miscommunicating. I just made a pilot, then they threw me on the stations. Now I'm not complaining, my thoughts get complicated, I cannot explain in lameness. Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the stage.